My name's Calvin Waite, and I trade Bitcoin and cryptocurrency for a living. So, yesterday I did a pretty decent deep dive on Bitcoin and whether it's possible for us to hit 20,000 by the end of this year. And it's possible. It's not necessarily 100%, but the structure in the charts makes it a possibility. And I wanted to do one just quick follow-up, and that is that yesterday, as you can see, we did close above the 50-day moving average. So we officially flipped from this yellow zone to a white zone. And if we stay above this green for a little bit longer, we will we can turn the angle of the 50-day, and by turning the angle of the 50-day, we'll be back into a green zone. And when we left the red zone back years and years ago, that we did nothing but flip back and forth between this green, yellow, and white. And that is exactly how we did this bull market all the way through. So we left this red zone, and then we had these periods where we were kind of struggling, and we would hit a good green patch, and then we'd flatten out. But when we exit these white zones, it gives us a chance to gain support and momentum, and then we head back up again. So this is looking great. This is going to be a pretty awesome thing. So finally, we definitely got confirmation. This breakout is complete. The only other thing that people might be watching is that if you take it from the top of the highest close, you can see that, I mean, we're kind of riding this line. So some people might wonder if this is gonna amount to anything. In my mind, I think we're there because if you look here, we are already touching double top situation. We can find a double top where our support is increasing. It's only a matter of time. So this is looking really good for the end of the year. These next 3 months are going to be pretty sweet. I believe we'll be up in 12,000 within a couple of weeks. So, and once we touch 12,000, we will not be stopping there. So next stop, 14,000 in my opinion. So I had a couple of other coins that are doing some things. I also wanted to do one other follow-up on a coin that we had talked about. It was Ethereum Classic, and I just said that, you know, if we ever get out of the red zone, usually that provides one of the best opportunities to get into a coin, whether it's short or long term. And I think I did a video probably, and it had to have been at least a week ago or something, but look how hard it is to get above this 50. We were so close here, and we've wicked through just on a regular basis. And we've been opened above and then closed below. We've struggled, but look at this: wick, 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 wick every single day. When we finally get a close above the 50-day moving average, it's going to represent an excellent time to get in. I mean, just look at the past. Anytime we get out of this red zone area, even if you have to be patient and wait, look at this. This would have been you have to be patient for 5 months. So it's not going to be, you know, where's my money? I'm not rich immediately. Sometimes you have to wait, but it represents a pretty near bottom. You know, you could have bought anywhere in here and made money. So definitely keep your eye on that. One other coin that I have been watching very closely is Bitcoin Cash. And I want to let you know that I did take a position in Bitcoin Cash recently. You can see right here that we have the same situation where we have a top and then we have touched it. We've actually wicked above it. Currently, we're seeing a rejection on the 50, but I like seeing these higher supports, and Bitcoin Cash is so oversold, and with all of the negative news and the fork that might happen in November, there's a lot of opportunity here. So you'll want to keep an eye on Bitcoin Cash. One thing I wanted to point out, if you go to CoinMarketCap, you know, everybody knows Bitcoin, and when Bitcoin forked off and Bitcoin Cash came into existence, people thought it would be one or the other. And, you know, at a certain level, Bitcoin is worth way, way, way more than Bitcoin Cash. But the fact that it's still in the top 5 tells you something about the power of that community. Something even more impressive is that Bitcoin SV is in the top 11. So we're in the top 20, near the top 10, and nobody believes. I mean, very few people really are going with Craig Wright on this Bitcoin SV. But look how valuable this is. The fact that it's the 11th most highest market cap coin in existence is absolutely phenomenal. So when Bitcoin Cash forks, I don't think you want to underestimate the amount of value that will just appear. And I think investors will start buying it in anticipation of that. Because either they'll figure out their crap and all of the FUD will go away, or there will be a fork and there will be an opportunity to make money. I think people will get into this. So there are some reasons in the chart, and there are some fundamentals, and especially if we get out of this red zone, if we can close above this 50, it'll be I think it'll be a pretty good opportunity. So definitely keep your eye on that. Speaking of Bitcoin SV, we are doing the same thing where we are being rejected by the 50, but the 50 is falling hard, and we're starting to see support on the bottom here, and so it's only a matter of time before we close above the 50, and when we do, there are profits to be made. So as you know, Bitcoin SV is definitely more centralized. There's a very small group that really believes in it, but keep in mind that this moves without any warning. We talked about how to spot a whale a few videos ago, and when a coin completely out of nowhere just launches with no indication of any slowdown, nothing changing in the chart, there's a whale at play, and that whale, we all know who that is. But I think Craig Wright might make us some money. As long as you get in at the right time, there's an opportunity. So keep your eye on Bitcoin SV. I wouldn't write it off. When we get out of this red zone, there is a potential. Double is here, and that represents less than 6 months ago that we were in this area, and things can change quickly. One other coin I wanted to point out is Monero. So those of you who have been watching Monero was a coin that I wanted to invest in years ago, but because of this long bear market, I was hesitant to get in for a really long time. And when we finally started establishing some support, these levels of support lended to a really nice setup. And then the most beautiful thing happened is that we had this really slow, nice easy growth phase, and finally we are solidly in the green zone. I thought we would find more resistance around the 100-week moving average, but no, we are still going. Keep your eye close to this one though, because when we get out of a long green zone, it's usually an opportunity to take profits. So watch this one closely. If we start turning, it depends on how it goes. If we start turning and drop fast, then it'll be likely that we might sell out and go down for a bit. But we are so far above the 50, and there's room for us to have a recovery without breaking through it and getting back into yellow zone. So keep your eye on this. It's looking pretty good, and the structure is doing well. Okay, last coin. We're talking about ADA, Cardano here. And so Cardano, we had this long 2.5 month sell-off that just really had no breaks. And I mentioned that when we had taken this move here, we had broken above the resistance right here, and we have now doubled down on this support level, and it's tried to break through it, but see these long wicks right here? This is what you want to find on the bottom side. These wicks represent strength, because when a candle opens, tries to fall, and people buy it all the way up, and it's even slightly green at the end, this is a support type of candle, and we have 2 in a row. And so what this tells me is that this support level is most likely going to hold. We were rejected off of the daily 50, but we're having a little bit of a squeeze here. And because we have a nice, long, solid support on the bottom, and we are finding support on the 200-day moving average, I think that it's just a matter of time. All we have to do is retouch this level, and this will be a perfect setup, because we'll have had resistance. We'll have touched it again, but we'll have touched it with a lot of power here. And if we can touch it again with a weaker decline, this correction is weaker, we're ready to turn. And this coin could do really well. I mean, a 50% gain is back up into the area where we were just a few months ago. So keep your eye on that one as well. There's a lot going on in the market today. Today's definitely been a green day, let out by Bitcoin. So there are opportunities out there, and some of these that have been in the red zone for a long time are going to flip to white. And then if Bitcoin takes a run and we get into a little bit more of a hype cycle, a lot of these alts are going to really pay off. So it'll be well worth paying attention to these. Hey, thanks for hanging on till the end of the video. If you liked anything I said, please support the channel by subscribing. If not, feel free to leave a comment, and I'd be happy to take a look and make improvements to the channel so it'll be better next time.